Yeah.
Okay.
So click on asset depreciation. Sorry, depreciation methods are not there. Okay. Click on asset. Capitalization, assertion, mass transaction, depreciation method. Click on setup, right? You'll see the setups in that. There will be the setup down. Depreciation. Yeah, depreciation methods are there, right? Yeah. So here there are two types of depreciation in Oracle. So one is table-based method and one is calculated-based method. So here in table-based method, usually they'll have a annual depreciation rate. So a fixed rate is been defined in table-based depreciation.
Okay.
In calculated method, like they have a straight line depreciation where the annual depreciation rate by dividing the life in 1 years, like number of years will be divided into one.
Okay. So the cost of the value machine would be divided into the number of years
Yeah,
per
number
year.
of years. Yeah.
All right.
uh yeah, so we can in flat rate we cannot use the life of an asset, like the number of years is there, right?
Yes.
So that may not use in flat rate method. Flat rate method, that means
Okay. Consistent a single rate
yeah.
for the. Okay.
So we can create a number of rate depreciation rate in calculated type. So we'll see in calculation how it is being defined, or we can create custom rate depreciation method type or anything method we can define it here.
All right.
So yeah, for example, you can create a straight line method or any 5-year straight line method or anything. Or we can see pre-existing thing if it exists.
Okay.
Yeah, so go to view and query by example. Okay, it is not taking us to setup. Okay, it's not enabling it. Okay, fine. Just define it. So each one will see table-based method and flat rate method type.
Okay. So what do I write over here? Method.
Any method name you want, like no, that mandatory thing you're trying to.
With description.
Same thing you can copy it. Yeah. No, enter it.
Okay.
So pro rate is nothing but the early rate calculation for depreciation, right? So pro rate, the name itself, it is defined as like for before the depreciation value, before the depreciation, the rate will be calculated for an asset.
Okay.
So your pro rate per year, how many years you want to calculate for an asset?
So do I mention an amount or?
Year. Yeah, pro rate periods. Yeah, rate you mentioned it.
Oh yeah.
Click on rates. A month, life of years and year months you rent. Yeah. So for 1 year, how much annual rate you want to calculate it? Flat rate. And for second year, how much?
It's just coming one.
Okay. Enter it.
It's not going.
Click on that plus icon on new one. The top
Plus,
below file option. Yeah. The sum of the annual rate per period must equal 1. Okay. So only for 1 year, the annual rate will be calculated for this flat rates here. If you define a 1 year depreciation,
okay. I mentioned 0.5. This is as in like 0.2. Okay. This is in percentage terms.
percentage wise, yeah.
Okay, this is year one. Okay, this is month.
Yeah, yes. This is here.
I'm unable to guess. But if this is years and this is months, so it is coming 1 1 1 1 1.
So for 1 year,
Year
one
is
month,
changing.
it is taking all the rates for this one. So for second year, uh, it is 1, 2, 3. Come down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Click on period, no? Like you can change it the period. No, on top. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Try to click on 4. I mean, the period. It is not
No,
enabled.
no, it's not enabled.
Okay. So there must be some setup, I guess, inside in like inside thing. So we'll see what is that. Just save it. Try to save. Please enter all the rates for this method. Okay. For how many years you have entered it? Move this window this side, right? Okay. Life is okay. For like 10 years, you have to enter the depreciation rate. So how many years you have defined it here?
So it's already going to 10 over here.
No, this
11
is
and
flat
then
rate method, right? So this is like again it will be going for 10 years, again it will be continuing till like 10 years. This year is depreciation rate year.
okay.
Periods per year 5. Okay. Mm, straight line method. Okay, close this once.
I'm unable to close this one. See?
Oh, oh. Straight line. try to close this web app, this one, main app. Yeah. So again, you can open it. I guess since it is a demo version, they have disabled things, like they have modified it according to their wish. Like,
I'm not so sure, but I believe since we were in setup, we were not able to do anything much.
yeah, in setups they would have defined, like, restricted some of the things, since it affects all the things, right? Like all the system of demo version. But we can see existing, like, I mean, whatever is been predefined, we can see it. Mm, Go to financials. Suppliers, marketing, ticket. Okay. Mm. Okay, I'll just share, like, the important setups and all for this one. Share
Sure.
my screen so you can just view it. Some restriction would have been done in setups and maintenance. So
No worries.
yeah, just you can you see my screen, right?
It is showing that you have started sharing your screen, but I can't see anything.
No.
No, unfortunately, I can't see anything.
Now is it visible? Still it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So your main uh, setups is like asset category flex field structure, location flex field structure, asset key flex field. So these are the flex field for asset. These three
Okay.
mandatory for defining in asset implementation. So if the interview asks, like, if they ask what are the three flex field defined for the fixed asset, so it is asset category, location, and asset key flex field.
Okay.
Yeah. So then system, then it is asset categories part one. Okay, so they are defining it here in separate. Okay, then the physical years we have to define it here. Standard asset depreciation values, it is an optional. So descriptions of an asset you can define it. Then uh, journal entry sources, journal entry categories. So all the GL what and all we are defining it. We have to define it for asset also, fixed asset.
Okay.
Then we have to define a depreciation book. So we have a separate book for depreciation where you have controls for each depreciation book for depreciation methods. So we have to define it for that also. It is a mandatory thing. Then so these depreciation ceilings, investment tax credits, these are optional. In additional depreciation methods and rates that which we try to define it right now.
Okay. What we were trying was additional depreciation method.
Yeah. So system
That's
will,
why I told
yeah.
you were
Sorry.
saying. I was saying that since we were doing the additional depreciation method in rates, this, as you said, the system only has two, a flat rate and that is table and flat rate.
Yeah, yes.
So
Table
add
and
all,
calculated base. So
sorry, table
calculated
and
base
flat
comes
rate.
in flat rate. Yeah.
Yes. So table and flat rate calculated. So apart from that, anything else will it consider? Because
Yeah, we can define
both
it
of
in
it.
additional depreciation methods rates also. Like additionally, we how the business user needs to define the depreciation rate. So we can define it here also
Okay.
by giving the rate types and rate how the salvage value should be calculated or not, net book value,
Okay. All right.
pro rate rates and retirement retention rates and all. So for those
Mhm.
things we can define it in additional depreciation methods rates.
All right.
So for unit of measure classes means like for each asset how it has been measured for an asset.
Okay.
So we can define it classes, method measurements. Then asset categories. What are the categories you want to define in asset for each asset? How where you want to group it? So these things we can define it here.
Mhm.
Then asset keys, like what are the keys for major keys for asset. Uh, it is it's just optional, but they are mentioned it mandatory. So it is not that it isn't. And location we have to define it. So
Okay.
where the asset is being, where you what are the location where the asset is being defined.
Okay. So category would be your, for example, inventory, short-term asset, long-term assets, or fixed asset. These three, right?
Yes, short term
And
and long term. Yeah.
yes. And what would be the keys? What do you mean by keys?
So asset keys are nothing but uh, a starting like asset key. I'm not sure. I'll get back to you. Like uh,
Sure.
yeah. So these are like OLAC R12. So it's been. I'll just get back to you. Yeah.
No worries.
So warranties you will be knowing like the warranty of an asset.
Yes.
The leasing of an asset, like if then the owner want to lease an asset, or then supplier is one, then they can lease. You can define the leasing setups here.
All right.
So here you have details for each things, like where you want to enter the responsibility, where you want, how you want to enter it, and where the responsibilities are there. So I'll share this screen, this one, so you can try and creating by it, this one, or we can see some of the things in right now only. Category fixed field structure. Okay. So we'll see these three types. If the system is allowing us to enter it, we can try it here in your system.
Okay.
So I'll stop sharing it. Yeah, you can share it and we can try it. You would have seen by this one entering the flex. Yeah. So click on flex field and key flex field and values.
Values.
Yeah. So application fixed asset. GL, it should be there. GL. Yeah, asset. So these three, which way you want to find, you can comes here. So asset key flex field category.
Which one should I select?
Cat location you can select. So based on the location, you can click on find. So these are the pre-enabled values, like for the asset key location free flex field. So these are the values which were defined before.
Okay, it does not even add. The list is longer.
Yeah, yes. Click on view hierarchy qualifiers. No, not this one.
Okay,
Segment
this.
qualifier. Yeah, segment qualifiers. Yeah. Okay. So these are the things you would have seen in GL, right? The same thing like chart of accounts, values, segmentation, and all.
Okay.
So the same thing in GL, we are defining the four C's: the chart of accounts and currency values, segment qualifiers. You know, I've seen it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So same thing for the fixed asset. So here we have three things: location, asset key, and asset category flexibility. So that is the thing. Same it goes on. We have to define segment qualifiers, values, assigning them the values to the segment.
All right.
Yeah. I it is not enabling us to create a new thing. Have you tried GL creating new values or like how?
No, not because sir used to do it on his system, not our system.
Okay. So he has a different system, I guess.
It's the same one which we are using. He's also using 12.2.
No, he is not using this one, I guess. The Vision, the VMware or something.
I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just get back to him like what which version he's using. So we'll see.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So that's all. Then anything else to define it? We'll try creating an assert and see the depreciation well, like how it is being calculated in while creating. So you'll have an idea. Click on close it and click on new asset additions.
Asset addition.
No, top.
Uh, Asset.
Yeah, asset workbench and click additions. Additions you click on addition down. Yeah. So define your this one asset depreciation description method. Anything you can enter it. So these descriptions are pre-defaulted, like what type of asset it is, land or thing, what type of category it is, major category or minor.
Land. Okay.
So this asset key you have asked, right? So it is a grouping of flex field, which we have defined it in for asset, three types of things is there, right?
Okay.
So asset key flex field, it is a grouping of asset. So they have a separate key for each asset and each categories. So this key is used for grouping it.
All right.
Yes. So number of units. You have entered it one. Okay. Click on continue. So yeah. So book, which book you want to enter it in? FA book. So for this book, they have defined the depreciation method as flat rate method. Yeah,
If I select another one,
yeah, straight line method it is.
okay, continue.
Yeah, if you want to change the depreciation value thing, you can change it. You have to enter the current cost of the thing of an asset.
Okay, your YTD depreciation.
Year to date depreciation. So from which year to which date depreciation is being you want to calculate it.
So I need to give a futuristic date, or
Yeah. Futurist date you have to enter it.
if we keep it as zero
It's
zero
not
20.
a future date rate we have to date. Like year to date depreciation rate it is.
Then accumulated depreciation
Total number of depreciation. Uh,
50%.
yeah. No,
No,
50% is not already it will be enabled, I guess. Yeah.
salvage value.
What is the value for that asset? Salvage value you want? Scrap value. Yeah.
Okay,
Continue. Guys, to date depreciation rate.
where is left today?
It is not there. Okay. So I guess this year, move this window. Okay, you're not okay. So this year to date depreciation and white accumulated depreciation should be same. Make it as a 500, 5 lakh.
Okay,
Yes. So unit charge and for thing unit change. One you can enter single unit serial number and thing. Employee name these okay. Don't enter the employee name. Expense account, which expense account which has to be linked. The chart of accounts.
Now,
Now you can view. So the asset has been created. So if you want to view the asset, you can query, find it by the number if you want. No, here only it is there. No? Find asset. This is find asset menu. So just enter your asset number. A book, which book we are mandatory it is. So
flat
yeah, so
301.
you can click on open source financial inquiry. So all the thing. If you want to retire this asset, you can do the retirements from here itself.
Okay,
So till now, any doubt is there? Like you can ask me. Like you can ping me separately on group. Also, you can ask.
sure, sir.
Yeah.
I'll follow the worksheet.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
and if there's any doubt, I'll get back to you.
Yeah, sure. Because it will be completely new for you. So